Welcome again, all students, for this chapter of fluid flow of fluid. Uh, Last time we had a talk on fluid statistics. Today we are moving ahead with the new content of this syllabus, that is fluid dynamics. What is fluid statistics? And you better understand by referring the earlier lecture how the fluid we can control and not in our hand to provide them a continuity. So we are doing a lot of experiment for the proper flow of material or handling of the material, especially when the gas and liquids both are dealing. So today we'll talk something about fluid dynamics, and we'll talk about what is called as a fluid dynamics, what is significance of this fluid dynamics in pharmaceutical industry. Then we will talk something about the kind of experimentally proven things about the fluid dynamics. We will also talk something about the Reynolds experiment, which is deal with the unitless number for flowing of particular liquids, and we'll little bit discuss about the different types of flow which is being usually observed when the liquid is flowing through a kind of utensil, pipe or devices. So that is what about the fluid dynamics. When we talk about the fluid dynamics, it is nothing but the kind of things which deal with the study of fluid in motion. And so far this thing is very important because study of flow property of liquid is important for majority of the pharmaceutical company where the pharmacists are working for manufacturing of the liquid dosage form like mixture, solution, emulsion, suspension, etc. And we do require to process the same kind of dosage form as a prerequisite for pre-formulation aspect, where we are going for varieties of unit operation, and ultimately our objective is to get the stable formulation. So when we are dealing with that in general motion, then it is deal with the mixing. Then whatever the liquids or gases which are mixed together will flow through the pipe, and finally the material is going to be filled into the container. This is the only points which are deal with the processing. I am not dealing with all kind of manufacturing prerequisite before manufacturing of any liquid pharmaceutical, but this is what the kind of fluid which is moving from one process to another process. So when we talk about the liquid flow, so it may be of varieties types of the different flow. When the liquid is passing through certain element is follow. We know everywhere that when the liquid is too high, too viscous, it will take too much time to flow through that pipe. If the liquid is less viscous or less denser, it will easily flow. Even we can have the so many tunnel inside your pipe. When you are circulating the liquid through the pipe, it will be automatically take the position of the liquid and flow through one another layers. So there may be some chances that some fluids are flowing in one particular motion. Some of the fluids are coming with the high flow with the zigzag way. Some of the liquids are following both of the pattern, whether it is laminar or it may be of turbulent. For that you have to just recall the very simple things when we just stand nearby a heavy rain area where the liquid of all sudden is just coming out in one river particular area, where the first passing of the liquid we can easily judge about their type of flow. When whole coast area of your river is getting filled with the liquids, and then we can observe the kind of flow that is different. This is what I mean to say to understand the basic concept regarding the flow of the liquid. So for better understanding, you should deal about the Reynolds experiment, where we are doing nothing but we have one container that is so called as a hopper, through which the liquid is passing through one pipe, where the liquid control is in our hand to regulate that cork, and we are getting the liquid flow in that different fashion. In second part of this hopper to chamber, that is one unique pipe which indicate how the liquid is passing in what fashion. You can easily determine when the liquids types is of different density or different state, it will follow the kind of flow to be channelized within that sub pipe which is arranged at just near to that hopper. So with the help of that we can easily understand there are three observations at par done when we are dealing with this experiment. First observation where it shows the laminar flow, there is nothing but straight wave flow of the unique wave flow of the liquids. Second part is deal with the turbulent flow where the liquid is no long during their flow, they are follow this some fashion. In the third segment you will flow the combination of this laminar flow and turbulent flow, that is called as a transitional flow. Now how one can define each and everything? It is very important to define what is called as a laminar flow. The laminar flow is one in which the fluid particles move in layer or laminar with one layer sliding over each other. Therefore there is no exchange of the fluid particle from one layer to another layer. So there is no exchange phenomena because liquid will be flowing in that motion only. Then so the transfer of this lateral moment to the adjacent layer is not observed here. You will find the unique flow of the liquid within that pipe. Now what is called as a turbulent flow? So when the velocity of the water is increased, and so called when we just open the clock, all of a sudden the thread of the color water disappear and the entire mass of water get uniformly colored. So what does it mean by during this experiment we are keeping here a color water? During the small flow or less velocity of the liquid, the color is uniformly spread and the liquid will carry this color by side from time to time. While in turbulent flow, the color will be remaining just at the opening of orifice from that container and all the liquid is passing in that zigzag movement. So there is a layering to sub layering entering into another layering and it will cause the turbulency. So here you will ultimately find that thread of color water disappear and the entire mass of the water get uniformly color, and it indicates the complete mixing of the solution and then the flow of the water is considered to be turbulence. So this is what the understanding of two basic concepts which deal with the turbulent flow and laminar flow. When the flow attains the certain velocity, it no longer remains steady and eddy current appear and all the fluid particles are disturbed and get mixed up with each other, and there is a continuous transfer of the momentum to adjust these layers, and such a diffuse flow is called as a turbulent flow. So in the turbulent flow there is a fusion of one layer to another layer. In short, we have to understand. Now third, which we are going to be defined here, the transition flow is nothing but the mixture when the flow of the fluid is follow the laminar as well as turbulent after certain extended period of time. It is called as a transitional flow. But the thing we have to understand here is that critical factor. So what is called as a critical factor? The changeover of the flow from viscous to the turbulent is called as a critical flow. So this critical velocity is defined as the average velocity of any fluid at which the viscous flow changes into turbulent flow. So when any viscous flow is going to be changed into turbulent flow, it is called as a critical velocity. So you have to, I hope that you better understand what is called as that critical velocity at this point. Now talk to the most important part of Reynolds number. What is called as a Reynolds number? It is nothing but the unitless number which is affected by number of parameters as I discussed earlier. One of them is diameter of pipe, second one is the average velocity, third one is the density of liquids, and fourth one is the viscosity of the fluid. So these four factors are combined in one way as a Reynolds number, and we can denote the equation for the Reynolds number RE, where R is capital E. It indicates the Reynolds is equal to DUP divided by viscosity. So what is called further, it is nothing but the internal force divided by viscous force. This is the internal force and this is viscous or viscosity flow. When you discriminate this equation into factors, then internal force is nothing but it depends on mass into gravitational of the liquid flowing divided by viscosity is the shear stress multiply area. So this inertial force are due to the mass and velocity of the fluid particles and trying to diffuse this fluid particle to each other, and the viscous force if the frictional force due to the viscosity of the fluid which make the motion of the liquid in parallel form. So it's very simple experiment. What ultimately you are getting the value for Reynolds number. If the value for Reynolds numbers is less than 2000, the flow is said to be laminar. If it is more than 4000, then expected the flow is said to be turbulent. And if Reynolds number is lies between 2000 and 4000, then we can say it is kind of change from laminar to turbulent. So it is called as a transitional, and this is the value which denote the actual number of the flow property of liquid materials. Now what are the application after learning this phase? The Reynolds numbers is to use to predict the nature of flow, whether it is laminar, turbulent or the mixing. The Stokes law equation is modified to include the Reynolds number to study the rate of sedimentation in suspension, and it is far important to understand the settling velocity of the particle which are being added into the suspension. And that's why this kind of experiment is very widely used for determination of unknown liquid, their type of flow, and what the fraction they will govern after mixing and after dispensing this solution into different liquid pipe conveying system. This is what about the fluid dynamics. Thank you very much.